Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to learn about speed studies and parking studies, the 2 points that are remaining in Unit 2. What are the speed studies? It is the distribution and performance of the traffic on existing roads according to the speed limits. Whenever traveling on highways or roads, we can see in the tabular form there is a chart or a speed limit sign is being given that you can drive on that much speed on that type of highway or road. So regarding this, we will study in detail. First of all, that I would like to give an object of speed studies. Why we need to study about the speed of the vehicles that is being designed while providing or choosing a kind of type of highway or road. First of all, it is for planning speed limits, speed zones, provision of warning and regulatory signs, डिसाइडिंग लेंथ ऑफ पासिंग जोन्स. ठीक है, स्पीड जोन्स आपको डिसाइड करने रहते हैं. जैसे कि अगर हॉस्पिटल है तो उसके आसपास हम लोग मिनिमम स्पीड मेंटेन करते हैं, क्योंकि हॉस्पिटल से बाहर आने वाले मरीज या एम्बुलेंस इनका आना जाना रहता है. प्लस अगर वहां पे हेवी ट्रैफिक रहेगी तो स्पीड को हमें वहां पे कंट्रोल देना जरूरी रहेगा. नेक्स्ट है प्रोविजन ऑफ वार्निंग एंड रेगुलेटरी साइन. अब ये आप लोगों ने हाईवे में सीखा होगा, वार्निंग साइंस कौन से रहते हैं, रेगुलेटरी साइंस कौन से रहते हैं, दोनों में क्या फर्क है. क्या रहता है दोनों में फर्क? वार्निंग साइंस विच वार्न्स यू बिफोर एन एक्सीडेंटल सिचुएशन and regulatory signs which regulate the traffic flow continuously. So for provision of such things, first of all, you need to study what kind of speed you are choosing or what kind of speed limits you are allowing on such type of highway or road. Next, deciding length of the passing zones means how much width there should be. If the speed limit is provided within the specified limits, like you are giving only 20 kilometer, 30 kilometer minimum speed limit you are providing. So at such situation, the width should be larger pavement, because if the traffic flow will get increases, again it will affect on the travel time. So for such things, you need to decide the length of the passing zones. Next, for planning traffic control measures, right? Which are the different traffic control measures? Your traffic signals, traffic signs, road markings, all these are the measures. And for deciding their location along the length of the road, along the length of the highway, you need to know which kind of speed studies you are going to apply over there. Next, for accidental analysis, why the accident is happened, whether there is not provision regarding the speed limits or any other factors are affecting your speed studies. Capacity studies, how much capacity highway or pavement or the road is having, whether it is within the limit or beyond the limits, etc. So these are the different factors which affects or which you have to consider before deciding a speed limit for a particular type of highway or any road. Next, we will see types of speed. Which are the types of speed? Running speed, operating speed, spot speed, journey speed, cruising speed. We will see one by one in detail. Running speed. The average or mean speed which can be maintained over a given route at the time of motion of vehicle is called as running speed. मतलब average और mean speed है कब? Maintained over a given route, right? जैसे कि number of vehicles are traveling in 1 kilometer, तो इन सब की एवरेज निकाली जाएगी या मीन स्पीड निकाली जाएगी. That will be called as your running speed. Next है operating speed. Sustained running speed at which driver can travel according to existing feature of traffic and environmental conditions is called as operating speed. ठीक है, अभी ऑपरेटिंग स्पीड किस चीज पे डिपेंड करेगी? ड्राइवर के स्किल्स के ऊपर, एग्जिस्टिंग ट्रैफिक फीचर्स के ऊपर एंड एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस के ऊपर. इसके लिए आपको O&D सर्वे करना पड़ेगा, जिससे कि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने के लिए एक आधे ड्राइवर को 2 घंटा लग रहा है, एक आधे ड्राइवर को 1.5 घंटा लग रहा है, या एक को 3 घंटा लग रहा है. सो दिस विल शोज यू हाउ the driver is operating his vehicle and reaching towards and destination with a varying times. So that study will be done, or the speed limit, or the studies regarding the speed of different vehicles in a particular time of on a particular route that was considered under your operating speed. Next was cruising speed. When atmospheric conditions are the only speed controlling factors, then running speed of an unimpaired vehicle is called as a cruising speed. फॉर एग्जाम्पल टोरोनाडो आ रहा है, राइट, या कोई भी आपका नेचुरल कैलामिटीज जो है वो सडनली आपके व्हीकल को खींच रहा है या व्हीकल की स्पीड इंक्रीज कर दे रहा है, किसके वजह से? हेवी एयर के वजह से या किसी पर्टिकुलर फोर्स के वजह से, तो वो स्पीड हो जाएगी आपकी क्रूजिंग स्पीड, इन विच ओनली स्पीड इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय द एटमॉस्फेरिक कंडीशन, राइट. जैसे कि रेनी सीजन में क्या हो जाता है, हमें धीरे धीरे गाड़ी चलानी पड़ती है, तो उस टाइम पे क्या हो जाएगा, आपका ट्रैवलिंग ड्यूरेशन इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, आपका व्हीकल का स्पीड आपको बैलेंस करना पड़ता है, मेंटेन करना पड़ता है. या फिर अगर स्किडी रोड है तो स्किडी रोड पे आप कितने भी ब्रेक्स अलाउ करो, अगर गाड़ी नहीं रुकती है, मीन्स व्हाट, दैट फैक्टर इज completely controlling your vehicle or speed of the vehicle. So such type of speed will called as cruising speed. Next was spot speed. The instantaneous speed or the sudden speed of a vehicle on a pavement at a specified spot is called as a spot speed. जैसे कि रोड के ऊपर आप लोगों ने कुछ एक पोल खड़ा किया है या आप कहीं एक जगह पे रुके हो रोड के साइड में, और आपके सामने से जब गुजरेगा व्हीकल तब उसकी स्पीड कितनी रहेगी. सो एट सच इंस्टेंटेनियस और सडन लोकेशन, सडन पॉइंट, how much is the speed of moving vehicle in front of you? Measuring that technique is called as a spot speed. Next was journey speed. The overall speed with which a vehicle travels within given route between two terminals is termed as journey speed. It is again related to the OND, right? Journey आपका जो भी ओरिजिन पॉइंट है, जो भी डेस्टिनेशन पॉइंट रहेगा, इनके दौरान जो आप पूरी स्पीड मेंटेन करोगे ओवरऑल व्हीकल का किलोमीटर पर आवर के हिसाब से टोटल काउंटिंग जो रहेगा, दैट वाज डिफाइंड बाय द जर्नी स्पीड एंड ओवरऑल स्पीड विथ विच व्हीकल ट्रेवल्स विद इन द गिवन रूट. रूट फिक्स रहेगा, ओरिजिन डेस्टिनेशन पॉइंट फिक्स रहेंगे, सिर्फ वैरी क्या होगा, टाइम वैरी होगा, and that was depend completely upon the driver, how he is accessing the vehicle and the condition of roads and condition of vehicles. So from syllabus point of view, there is only one kind of speed that you have to learn in detail, that is spot speed, right? The instantaneous speed or sudden speed of a vehicle on a pavement at a specified spot is called as a spot speed. This was its definition. The methods for measuring the spot speed are electronic meter. This requires the use of pneumatic tube and air switch or electric contact strips as a detector. इसमें क्या रहेगा, pneumatic tubes रोड के ऊपर से हम लोग लेड करेंगे या फिर स्ट्रिप्स लेड करेंगे जिसमें डिटेक्टर्स लगे हुए रहेंगे, और जो जो व्हीकल उसके ऊपर से ट्रेवल होगा वो उसमें डिटेक्ट होगा, एंड ऑन एक्चुएशन the current in milliamperes is allowed to accumulate in the condenser for a period of 2 electric pulses from the switches on the road. Vehicle speeds can be recorded only manually, but the meter is calibrated to read the speed in kilometer per hour. अब जब ये व्हीकल इन ट्यूब्स के ऊपर से गुजरेगा, एक तो डिटेक्टर्स पहले डिटेक्ट करेंगे कि व्हीकल गुजरा, एक मतलब वो काउंट भी हो जाएगा, प्लस जितना लोड रहेगा उसका या जो स्पीड से वो गुजरेगा उसके हिसाब से उसके अंदर करंट जनरेट होगा, and the amount of current being generated will define or convert switch that amount of current into the vehicle speed. So likewise, your electronic meter is being used to measure the spot speed. Second was mirror box method. It is also called as an anoscope method. In this, the parallax error of the observer can be eliminated by using a simple device called as anoscope, especially in case of a single observer. Also known as a mirror box, it is an L-shaped box open at both the ends. A mirror is set inside it at 45 degrees to both the arms. So you can see in first image that is showing the principle of anoscope. अब इसमें क्या है, अपन मराठीत जे म्हणतो मृगजर, that kind of effect it eliminates. जो आपको ऑब्जर्वर दूर से बहुत दूर दिखता है, राइट, या फिर कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है दो गाड़ियां है, वो होती एक है, या एक गाड़ी है। तो ऐसे जो भी आपके इफेक्ट्स रहते हैं, इन्हें एलिमिनेट करने के लिए यहाँ पे हम लोग इस तरीके का प्रिंसिपल यूज करते हैं, जिससे कि आप ऑब्जर्व करो ये एक साइड से, एंड जो रिफ्लेक्ट होगी इमेज, दैट वाज मेकिंग एन एंगल परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर, एंड दिस intersection of the two rays, one ray is from your eyes that you are observing, and the second ray is the reflected image of an vehicle coming from the opposite side. So that is showing the reflected image means accurate image of an vehicle coming from front side. So how this is gonna be measure a speed of the vehicle? So in the second image you can observe, if this is a vehicle, this is point 1, right? First reference point. So whenever the vehicle come across this or crossing this point, one observer is standing over here with the help of the anoscope. He will observe at the exact instant when vehicle is on this line, he will click the stopwatch, and when this vehicle moves from A location to B location, this second reference point, second observer was standing over here, and when he reaches to the central axis, he again click the stopwatch, right? So whatever the time difference or whatever the time vehicle taking to cross these two reference points will be converted or plotted in a tabular form, and the average speed or sum of the speeds will be considered as an speed during these 2 points. So this is your anoscope method. Third was photoelectric method, in which the rays with the help of such equipment are being transferred, and which measures the speed with the help of the waves or the creating image. As I say, pressure contact strip method, such type of pressure tubes or the strips will be get laid on the road surface, and which over here an instrument is being connected which generates the current when the vehicle passes through the strips and convert them into an speed limit or the value of the speed. Second was radar speed method. Photoelectric method and radar speed method are quite equivalent to each other, but in photoelectric it will first of all capture the image with its waves, and here they measure the speed directly. They don't need any photogrammetric image to read out this speed. So this radar gun is used. Generally, it is used by the police whenever the vehicle is going beyond its speed limit. They measure very instantly and act accordingly. So this kind of equipment is called as a radar gun, which generates X-rays, which measures the waves that are being created by a traveling vehicle and converts it into or shows a speed limit value. नेक्स्ट वॉज टाइम लैप्स कैमरा मेथड. आप लोगों ने रोड के ऊपर भी देखा होगा, कॉलेज के पास ट्रैफिक पुलिस के पास इस तरीके का रोड के ऊपर कैमरा सेट किया हुआ रहता है, राइट? ये अब कैमरा क्या करता है, फोटो लेता है व्हीकल की, प्लस उसको जनरेट करता है इमेज फॉर्म में, एंड स्पीड मेजर आउट करता है. सो whatever the function, individual function is being performed by the photoelectric method and radar speed method that was combined in such type of equipments that gives you the speed within limit or out of the limit, current speed of that instant of the vehicle, and its image that gives you the details of that vehicle. So these are the different methods to measure the speed. Now we will see presentation and analysis of speed data. First method is mathematical approach. In this method, average speed or mean speed is obtained from a frequency distribution table by multiplying the number of vehicles in each speed class by the mean speed of that class, summing up and dividing the sum by the total number of the vehicles observed. अब इसमें क्या होगा, आप एक कोई भी मेथड चूज कीजिए जिसमें से आप दो पॉइंट को क्रॉस करने के लिए जितना टाइम लगता है, उस हिसाब से उस टाइम के अकॉर्डिंगली you choose the value, or the software will give you the range of the speed of the vehicle. Accordingly, the vehicle class is being defined like 30 to 40 km per hour, 40 to 50, and 50 to 65 km per hour, and so on. अब बाद में हम लोग इसको क्या करेंगे, प्लॉट करने के बाद इसका मीन निकालेंगे बाय समिंग अप. जो एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू आपका मिला आप उसको सम अप करो और डिवाइड करो टोटल नंबर ऑफ द व्हीकल्स ऑब्जर्व. टोटल आपने समझो 100 व्हीकल्स का ऑब्जर्वेशन किया होगा, तो डिवाइडेड बाय 100, दैट विल गिव यू द mathematical value of speed is, or the average or the mean speed that is being maintained throughout the path. This is your mathematical approach. Next method is graphical approach. With the help of the graph, you can plot the frequency of the speed and spot speed at any instant you can measure. Next, we will see parking studies. What are the need of parking studies? To decide roadway width, including the number of the lanes in front of your structure, how much the roadway width is being provided and how much lane is being provided, and accordingly, whatever the space is being allotted or remaining for the parking, that you can design accordingly. To provide desired location to park vehicles for short or long time. To finalize location to park the commercial vehicles near loading और unloading operations, जैसे कि कहाँ पे मोस्टली सेंट्रल एरियाज में हम लोगों के लोडिंग अनलोडिंग सेक्शंस रहते हैं, वहाँ पे जो व्हीकल्स जाएंगे आपके लोडेड व्हीकल्स जैसे कि ट्रक्स है, कंटेनर्स है, फिर उनकी पार्किंग या उनको जो एक्सेस आप देते हो वो कौन से हिसाब से देते हो, कहाँ पे उनकी पार्किंग लॉट्स प्रोवाइड करते हो, that you can that you have to decide at the time of provision of parking lots. To provide adequate parking space to meet demand for parking, there should be a two-wheeler parking, four-wheeler parking, and the parking for the such loaded vehicles. Right. Next is methods of parking. There are two methods of parking. First is on-street parking and second is off-street parking. On-street, the word is indicating you park your vehicle on a street portion, maybe on the carriageway, sides of the carriageway or shoulder portion. Off-street parking and specific area is being allotted nearer for the parking, maybe a two-wheeler or four-wheeler. It varies depending upon the area that much is available. First, we will see on-street parking. The name itself shows the area allotted for parking purpose at the sides of the roads. For more efficiency, it is divided into three types: angular, perpendicular, and parallel. See, first is your angular parking, in which the vehicles are parked at an angle of 30, 45, 60, etc. Likewise, you are making an angle with the edge of the roadway. अब इसमें एडवांटेज आपको क्या मिलता है, जब आप व्हीकल को रिवर्स लेते हो तो इजीली इंडिविजुअल व्हीकल कैन टेक रिवर्स एंड गो in his own required direction. So the action of taking your vehicle out of from the parking lot is being very much easy. See, likewise, you can park and angular portion will give you a larger area, a larger space for the parking area. Perpendicular parking, like your vehicle is parked at an right angle to the edge of the roadway. The vehicle are parked at an right angle to the roadway. Third is your parallel parking. This is your parallel parking, a vehicle one after the other parked on the sides of the roads, which is one after the other forming in queue. अब इसमें डिसएडवांटेज क्या है, जब व्हीकल आप रिवर्स लेते हो, इट मे बी गेट डैश विद द रेयर व्हीकल और इट मे बी डैश विद द फ्रंट व्हीकल. तो और इसमें व्हीकल को आपको निकालने में भी थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होती है, इसलिए पैरेलल पार्किंग मोस्टली हम लोग अवॉइड करते हैं एंड गिव्स एन एंगुलर और राइट एंगल पार्किंग. Next is off-street parking. The service may be private or the publicly owned. For example, parking lots, bypass road, multi-story building garage, parking lanes, etc. Likewise, see, we will see the different examples. This is a criteria which is to be being provided for the parking space for urban areas and dimensions for standard parking spaces. Parking angle जो आप maintain कर रहे हो उसके हिसाब से space की width and length is being allotted for a single vehicle. This is a parking space provided for the handicapped. This you can see whenever there is a commercial campus is there, institutional campus is there, etc. Next is parking for your own individual bungalow. आपका बंगलो है इंडिविजुअल तो उसके हिसाब से आप उसको पार्किंग लॉट प्रोवाइड करते हो. रो हाउस है तो उसमें ग्राउंड फ्लोर में एक लॉट प्रोवाइड किया जाता है. देन अपार्टमेंट है, तो अगर मल्टी स्टोरेड अपार्टमेंट है जिसका आपका फ्लोर, औरंगाबाद में तो मोर देन अगर 7 फ्लोर्स है तो वहां पे हम लोग अंडरग्राउंड या फर्स्ट फ्लोर जो है पूरा पार्किंग लॉट अलॉट करते हैं. अगर आप मेट्रो सिटीज में जाते हो जैसे कि बॉम्बे है, पुणे में, जहाँ पर आपका बिल्डिंग जो रहता है 50 फ्लोर्स का रहता है, 70 फ्लोर्स का रहता है, तो उस हिसाब से जितने भी फ्लोर्स है या जितने पर्सन है हर एक फ्लैट के हिसाब से दो दो व्हीकल्स कंसिडर करके हम लोग पार्किंग लॉट अलॉट करते हैं, जिसे हम लोग पोडियम्स कहते हैं. राइट. अब ये पोडियम्स आपके ग्राउंड फ्लोर के नीचे 2-3 फ्लोर्स और ग्राउंड के ऊपर 8-9 फ्लोर्स हो सकते हैं. एक मैक्सिमम पोडियम लॉट जो रहता है वो अराउंड 15 लॉट्स का प्रोवाइडेड है इन मुंबई. So 15 floors तक या 14 floors तक आपका पूरा parking lot है, and then further the building is getting started. So these are the parking system which is being provided in an individual apartment. This is parking system provided along the commercial buildings like theaters hai, malls hai, etc. So along with the commercial complexes, you provide your parking lots in an open area. For bicycle parking, such type of parking lots are being allotted. This you can see outside of the railway stations. जो बॉम्बे में लोकल से लोग एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाते हैं वर्क पर्पस के लिए या सम अनदर एनी पर्पस के लिए, तो वहां पे इस तरीके के बाइफर्गेशन है. Parking lots for bicycles, parking lots for 2-wheelers, for 4-wheelers, likewise. So here we are having a review of Unit 2. These all the points we have been studied in detail in Unit 2. This is an end of year chapter number 2. I hope you will prepare very well and ask for any query.